So today is June 3rd, and I thought I'm just going to come on this video and see what comes to me. And I think I'm trying to get my ring light thing. I don't even think that changes the lighting. Alright, so I wanted my office back here because it's like a bunch of windows and natural light, but apparently I picked the one spot that doesn't give a lot of natural light. I don't know. Maybe I should have been on the other side. Alright, so I am struggling overnight. I've been having a very good, lengthy time of feeling peace, loving my life, getting used to figure out my new identity. And I think it's in some ways easier to become someone new when you're living somewhere new where you've never lived your life. You know, you're 2 hours from everything you've ever known. It's very easy to create a new person. I feel for those who are still living in their hometown, yet they want to be someone different and everyone sees you as the same person. I'm guilty of seeing people as the same person, someone I've known my whole life. If we run into each other and they seem like they're different, my human brain is going to be like, well, you know, underneath they're probably still the same. Just give them time and their true colors will come through. And I'm like, after I think that, I'm like, whoa, Brandy, that's kind of harsh. You wouldn't want someone to think that of you, would you? And it's like, no, I'd want people to believe that I've changed. And I'd want people to recognize those changes in me and be able to feel and see it. So why is it that when we change ourselves and we know inside how different and new and just good intended we are, why is it that we can't just accept someone else who appears that way and says, hey, you know what, I have changed. I've been, going to church, or I've been, this new group of people, and I've been trained as a life coach, or I'm a therapist, or I've been, become a foster parent. I'm doing all this good in this world, whatever it may be. A piece of you still sees them as that old version. But you wouldn't want them to feel that way about you. You would hope that they would look at you and be so happy and proud and excited for you. So why is it sometimes we forget to behave in a way that we want others to behave? Why is it that we hold on to these ill feelings or memories of the past experiences? I'm not a professional anything. I'm a professional being, Brandy Ellen. And so I'm not quite sure the science behind it, but I have watched enough videos and enough personal development stuff and documentaries and real life stories to know that this is something that we all struggle with. It's part of maybe how we're raised to think and look at the world. Maybe it's something that we just pass down from generation to generation. I know that they've shown and are figured out that we do carry ancestral stuff from our DNA, and I don't remember if it goes 5 or 7 years back that we know of at this moment. But there is proof that we hold on to wounds that aren't our own. But you can see that in your world. If you're lean empathetic like me, you hold on to the pain of others even though it's not your pain. If you're an empath, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You really have to protect yourself in this world. You have to protect yourself. So without getting sidetracked on an empath story, let's bring it back to why do we have certain human behaviors that we can see in other people as sad, annoying, disheartening, discouraging, disappointing, but we can't see in ourselves when we're showing up that way. Maybe it's because, as someone once told me, not everyone is as self-reflective as me. Not everybody wants to grow, and not everybody wants or is aware they can. For the longest time, we've been told our personality and everything is what it is. This is what you are, this is who you are. But the sciences are starting to show us that we can rewire our brain. We can become someone new. It's as simple as today becoming a non-drinker, non-smoker, a beautiful wife, a handsome husband, a loyal and trustworthy best friend. You can literally wake up each day and you can wake up today sitting watching this even and just say, I really want to be this person. Now, here's the thing. I don't mean like a child where you wake up one day and you want to be a firefighter. Okay, this is my story. I want to be a firefighter. I'm going to be a woman firefighter. I was like 6 years old in first grade. And then I look back at my notes, and at some point I wanted to be a babysitter, and I wanted to be a teacher, and then I wanted to be an accountant. I even started college for a bachelor's degree in business management with a focus on accounting. But, I never finished it. So, which is probably good because I'm pretty sure AI is going to replace accounting. It kind of already is. So, if as a child our minds can change so quickly, why can't our minds change as an adult? Why do you tell yourself the story of this is just who I am and this is who I'll always be? If it's not making you happy, if it's making you ill, if it's making people not want to be around you, if it's making dogs growl at you or cats hiss at you or, whatever it is, if it's not bringing you some sort of inner peace, why would you want to be this way? If you keep going to the doctors every day and you're getting online and you're bitching about, pardon my French, about chronic pain and chronic illness. I mean, I'm not in your shoes. I don't know what those things feel like. I can imagine they're very unpleasant because a lot of my friends do suffer from that. But what if, while feeling the pain that you said you've learned to live with, you tell yourself a different story and focus all day long on telling a different story? Don't fill your whole social media content creator feed with the pain of this and the sadness and the woes of living with this condition. Sure, it's important to talk about it. It is important to be an inspiration to others. But how are you being an inspiration by complaining and saying, woe is me? I guess I just don't define that as inspiring. I define that as relatable. A lot of people will be able to relate with you. But what if, hear me out, what if you not only have relatable content, but you twist it into a positive? I have some friends with chronic illness and live with chronic pain who actually do this. Their posts kind of start off with the hardships and the ailments and, to give a feel and a picture of really what they're living with. Because like I said, I don't live with it. I have no idea. And I'm not going to tell them what they live with inside of themselves. They twist it into something positive, like, hey, you could still have a life. You can still enjoy life at the best of your ability. Stop defining your abilities based on someone else's. And that's all I'm telling you. Stop defining other people on your concept of them. Stop defining yourself on what you've been in the past. If God can forgive you, if everyone who is religious and been baptized and goes to church is a Christian and they believe in forgiveness and grace from God, why can we not live that way? If in fact we are a piece of our Creator, we are a piece of the universe. All living things are connected, even if you're not religious. Most people will trust and believe that. So if we're all connected in one positive attitude you give today, and maybe that positive attitude is you raising a hand out to someone, reaching a hand out across the line and saying, hey, give me your hand. Give it right here. Here. Okay, shake my hand. My name is Brandy Ellen. I'm a mom of 3. I'm suffering from empty nest syndrome and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of having an identity shift. I don't like the word crisis. I'm having an identity shift right now because I don't know who I am beyond motherhood. And I've always been I was a mom blogger, lifestyle blogger, but I don't really know about putting my face in the limelight. I'm also trying to be a book coach and a life coach to help people share their life story, whether it be on a blog website posts that they build, whether it be on Buy Me a Coffee website, or whether it be in a book format. I truly want to help others share their story and reframe their story to realize that their life is just a bunch of mindset patterns and habits that they can change a little bit at a time. Who are you? What do you live with? What is your goal in life? Who is the person you want to be known as by your friends and your loved ones and the new people you meet? If you were starting all over today, who would you be? Think about that for a minute. Think about it for a day. Journal about it for a week. Until one day it comes to you, the person you want to be. And once you figure that out, wake up every day, and every choice you make during that day, ask yourself, does this lead me closer to the life I want and the person I'm trying to be? I just had to make that choice yesterday. I'm training as an assistant town clerk, assistant town treasurer, right? I love it. It's wonderful. With the hopes of potentially taking over that position as the town clerk and treasurer, right? That's, I think, the goal everyone has for me. But I also, before I had this job, applied as a WIC breastfeeding peer counselor because helping others is my jam. I love helping others. But it was right before the winter when they offered me the job, and I'm up in the northern parts of Vermont and northern parts of New Hampshire, and that's where this job would be. And I couldn't really drive in the winter with my car, so I had to decline the job offer anyways. And they just came back to me a couple days ago saying, hey, they've been having a hard time filling the position. They really would wonder if I could just do one WIC clinic to help with this breastfeeding peer counseling services, like a breastfeeding peer support person, basically. I don't have a counseling therapist degree, so it's more like a peer helping a peer about breastfeeding support system there, because I've breastfed 3 kids. And I've been on WIC when I was, a mom with younger kids. And so I got the email and I'm thinking, gosh, this was near and dear to my heart. And so I replied back and said, hey, I'm just curious, what are the clinics that you really have as a priority to fill? And she came back to me, and I sat on this misinformation overnight, because the soul part of me wanted to go, oh my gosh, I need to take this job. I need to help moms that are breastfeeding because it's a hard thing. And I had support with my aunt and my family when I was breastfeeding, especially with my firstborn. And goodness, I really want to be this person. But I had to pause for a minute, and I had to think clearly. Does this choice, if I'm able to take this job on top of, first off, the job I have is very important to me. This is something that aligns with my long-term goals. Does adding this get me closer to the person I'm trying to be, or closer to the goals that we're trying to achieve here? And sadly, the answer was no. For starters, it wouldn't be realistic, because I would have to give up 1 day a month at the job I'm at, and I would have to probably give up another day a month at the job I'm at. My prior commitment, and I want to be someone who can be relied on again. I lost that reliability for a minute. And since I want to be someone who I can rely on, or others can rely on, and stay true to my commitments, I had to decline this job offering right now. I am so grateful that I interviewed so well and I had such a passion, and I'm sad that there's people up here that can't fill this position, because we just need a lot more resources in the northern parts of New Hampshire and Vermont. But I had to decline, because I had to ask myself that. Will it get me closer or further away from the life we're building? And unfortunately, at this time, the schedule would actually take away from my ability to be online and helping those who want us to publish their books, from being online and writing blog posts and doing videos to help others, from coaching clients. And it would take up 3 more days in the week, which means that would be 5 days a week I would be obligated elsewhere outside of the home. And that just doesn't fit the mold of the life we're trying to build here and the goals we have. So I had to decline. Was it sad? Sure, I'm used to saying yes to people and just suffering it later, but I'm trying not to do that anymore. Okay? So hopefully you can take away from this video the fact that, 1, be kinder to people who you've known your whole life and who have changed. Notice what's different and good about them, instead of your preconceived idea based on your experiences with them. Try it. Figure out who you want to be in this season, and know that every season and every challenge you face is going to make you a better person. It really does. It might break you first, trust me. I am still trying to figure out how to rebuild my brain after realizing I'm not as special as I thought I was. What an ego hit, right? And then 3, say yes and no based on what will get you closer to or further away from that new identity you're creating. And 4, as much as you change your mind a lot as a child, please don't change your mind a lot as an adult. That's why I say take a lot of time here. Don't just be silly. I get comments sometimes, they're like, oh, I want to be a snake. Does that mean I can be a snake? No, that's not what I'm talking about, okay? For those that are serious about their personal growth journey, although I appreciate those comments because they do make me giggle, but for those who are serious about their growth journey, and they really want to be a better and new person, they want to feel good inside again, they want to just feel peaceful, this is the process I would advise you. Now, obviously, you can go to Brandy with a Y, like the alcohol, brandyellen.com/shop, and you can go ahead and get in on like a life coaching session, consult session with me. We can chit chat about your actual situation, and maybe I can give you more fine-tuned advice. Or you could get a goal mapping session. You already kind of know what you're looking to become, and I can help you with a very brief starting point of, based on your personality, your current habits, your current life. It's very fine-tuned to the individual person. We meet on Zoom, or we can just do a phone call. It's up to you. And I really get to know you and fine tune things into a goal mapping session, a goal mapping plan, if you will, that comes over to you in PDF form to advise you on the steps to take and what to do over a short period of time to just get yourself jump started. You don't have to wait to the new year, new me kind of thing, right? You can do it now. You can wake up today and say, oh, I'm going to be different. This is great. This is the best day ever, right? I woke up and I had bad dreams and I was not my best self this morning, but I have decided to shift and go, you know what? That's fine. Water under the bridge. It sucks as that person, but I'm not that person. I'm going to be someone new right now. Because through my actions and my energy, that's how I'm going to show that I'm changing and trying. I'm trying. And each time I do that, and each time you do that, you are saying yes to the best version of yourself. And you are saying no to the old parts that don't belong here. So, that's all. TTFN. TTFN. I have a dentist appointment today, and in 2 weeks I'll get this gap fixed. So excited. So be cool, be awesome, be kind, and thanks for listening this long. Much love.